This is Urdizzle back again with another daily. I skipped a couple. One of them was a repeat from a few days ago, but this is the daily ending July 14th. And so the lineup, I've just been sticking with my traditional lineup, not too many changes. So I've got my Fuse River Musket, all accurate windbreak, my windbreak glide recoil, and then of course the two ballistas. Most of you know my lineup by now, the light glide and the light skip. And so this was a challenging layout to score well on. So hole one at Harrowing, this is definitely not an easy hole to ace. I think last time this came up as hole one of the daily, I was able to hit it on like my fourth attempt. This one did not go quite as smoothly. It took me, I'm going to say about 10 minutes to get that first ace, but then it kind of flowed after that. So I spent about 25 to 30 minutes on this layout. So once I got that one, I was rocking and rolling. And so what you're seeing right here is actually my first run through after grinding for that first ace. So I'm not sure what holes are coming up, which is why you still see the traditional lineup, my usual disc. I didn't change anything out. And so this one, the par 5, I was able to sneak it through. Usually I like to throw that one a little higher so I can take some of those trees out of play, but it seemed to work out all right. I actually don't mind hitting a tree off the tee as long as it gets me something back in the fairway. So hole 3, this one you could also ace run with a light glide ballista. But again, this is my first run through, so I really wasn't trying anything fancy. I just wanted it to get up there and ideally get a tap in, and that's what happened there. And so starting off pretty well. We're now switching over to Grizzly Gulch, hole 4. And this one with the wind of 2, if I really wanted to go through, and I almost messed up there because I didn't realize I had a fuse. Like I thought I accidentally picked the river. And so that one I just double checked. But this one, you can ace run it. It's pretty low probability of getting that. I suppose you could use an Explorer, but I don't have the Explorer in the bag. So hole 5, this is pretty much a must get. A wind of 3 left to right with the tail. This is probably the most perfect wind. And right about there, I thought I screwed it up. I was kind of annoyed. But with the skip disc, it was able to go all the way up there. And I actually got a putt out of it. It was 48 feet. So that's pretty nice. But again, if you've got a wind of 3 like this off the tee and you don't eagle it, I mean, something's wrong. You really have to get that. All right, and this one's a little tricky with the wind of 3 left to right. This is not an easy hole, so I'm going to go recoil. So this hole, along with cave to cave, I love the recoil, and I left this one way out wide. I did not really mean to do that. And so I got a very, very fortunate kick here. I thought it might have rolled out of bounds, but now this right here, I was not in a good spot. I didn't want to bring the bush into play, but I also didn't know how much the tree was going to have an effect on that. So what I ended up doing was going a little to the right and trying to get into the branches. So right now, I don't know if it's going to hit the branches, so I'm going to power it through and just hope it gets through. And I got extremely lucky because there was no leaf collision. And so it went through clean, and I happened to make it. I really thought that was going to go high. So pretty fortunate to come away with a birdie on that hole. Hole 7 here, I think by rating is the easiest hole in the game. It's just, if you see this one in multiplayer and you get a birdie, you're losing strokes. I mean, there's no other way to say it. All right, so hole 8, I really want to get this one. There's a wind of 1, which for me is not enough to get up and over. I mean, maybe somebody has figured that out. So my goal here is to play the recoil around the corner and just give myself something in the 130 to 140 range. And so 133, I'm running this. 100% running this. And from that range, and I was able to hit that for eagle. From that range, I'll hit it 1 in 4, 1 in 5 times. Something like that. And so now we're finishing with the shelf hole. And right now, I feel like I have a really, really good round going. I aced the first one. I eagled the Harrowing par 5. I was able to get that last one. So I'm feeling pretty good about this particular round. And so I would really like to end with a bang. And so I'm going to use my fuse here to try to hold this one out. And I felt reasonably good about this one, that I could at least give it a run. And so you'll see shortly what happens here. And so with the fuse of this range, you know it's going to turn over to the right, so you got to aim a little to the left, and then the wind's going to carry it. And I pretty much knew as soon as I let it go, it's just, I don't know why that didn't turn more to the right. And so I left myself pretty easy putt there for birdie. And I was really, really happy with that round, other than I would have liked to give hole 9 a run. So I finished with a 13 under 19. And so that ended up being the score. Again, I don't think I made any mistakes. I didn't get any aces, but there weren't any what I would consider gimme aces, like some of the sunshine holes and stuff like that. And so what ended up happening, that ended up being tied for fourth. There were 3 people that got a 14 under. So kudos to those 3 right there, because I don't know where they got that extra stroke. Maybe they grinded for hole 3 or somewhere else. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I will be back sometime later. Again, I'll probably pick and choose some of these dailies. I'm getting a little burnt out on these. So feel free to post messages if you guys want to see some other stuff. And I will be back sometime soon with some new content.